there, welcome to another exciting edition of the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ukran. The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is your fun educative program where we have fun and talk about issues that concern you and I. Springboard Hangout is an initiative of the Springboard Roadshow Foundation in partnership with the Ghana Grows program. Ghana Grows is done with the MasterCard Foundation and Springboard Roadshow Foundation. So today we're looking at, guess what? Digital tourism. And we are looking at someone who has worked in the space of bringing laughter, joy, and adventure to people not just in Ghana, but across the world. And who best for us to work with? So today we're hanging out with Vidette Adjorlolo. Sounds interesting, isn't it? And that's not only that. She is the CEO of Salted Charlie as well as Lux Tribes. What do they do? Where did she get the idea from? What can she tell us? And most importantly, what are the opportunities for you watching us today? So therefore, we're going around the world in about 30 seconds. So don't go anywhere. You and I, we're meeting again. Tell someone to join us. I love you. Tell us what are the great things that you're enjoying about this particular show. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Learn something new every week and be inspired by innovations, impact, and success stories of individuals making strides in the agricultural, agribusiness, technical, and vocational skills sectors on Ghana Grows Ejuma with Araba Kumsin and Yabitha. Join us this and every Thursday on Facebook at 7 p.m. at Ghana Grows, also at Comfort Okran A and at Albert N.E. Okran. On Fridays at 4 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and on Sundays at 5:45 p.m. on TV3. Ghana Grows is an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. If you are a young person and you want to be a part of our various interventions, call or WhatsApp Ghana Grows call center on 0308 255 775. Follow us on all our social media handles. Ghana Grows Ejuma. Hope Day.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ukran. Today we touching base. I don't know where we would go to, but I'm really looking forward to it because I love touring, not just GH, anywhere in the world. So far as this adventure, count me in. So Vidette, welcome to the Springboard Hangout.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
I'm really looking forward to this show for so long because I think there's so much we can learn and also explore. So tell me, what gave you the idea of starting a company? Not just the name, because the name is really catchy for me, especially for somebody who understands the word Charlie. Mm-hmm. So what gave you the idea of starting not just a company, but a company that uses the digital media a lot?
So for some context, as you shared, my name is Vidette. I'm the CEO of Salted Charlie and Lux Tribes. So Salted Charlie was a company, or is a company I founded 5 years ago, and with the focus of travel in Africa. Earlier this year, Salted Charlie got acquired by Lux Tribes, and I became CEO of Lux Tribes and Salted Charlie. So that's where we are now as a business, and taking on the hat of CEO of two travel brands, one that focuses specifically on Africa travel and the other one that focuses on global travel. So in terms of how I entered this tourism space, I think I would say that it was a mixture of just personal interest, but also, a knack for business. Ultimately, I used to be a banker. So I worked in the banking industry in London and in Hong Kong. And during the pandemic, I just wanted something a little bit different. I was chasing a different type of high. I wanted to challenge myself. I felt like I could build something of my own. So I resigned from my banking job and relocated to Ghana. This was early 2021, and essentially set up Saucer Chalet Limited. And that was very interesting. I think for me, the passion for travel came from my personal interest in traveling. At the time, I was 26 and I had traveled to over 30 different countries.
Beautiful.
Yes. So partly backpacking, but also, vacations. But my love for travel meant that the only thing I could do beyond working in the bank at the time was travel. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great to be able to merge my interest in business and my love for travel? And that's how Saucer Chalet was birthed.
Tell me something. I hear the love for adventure, and someone said that when you love what you do, you never, ever have to work for the rest of your life, because, hey, work is what you love. So I like the fact that your passion moved you into this new space that you created about 5 years ago. So tell me, I let's say I'm somebody who is not familiar with your work, and I'm coming to you to help me explore some part of Africa. What happens?
So ultimately, Saucer Chalet and Lux Tribes as well. But let's talk about Saucer Chalet because we're talking about Africa, and Saucer Chalet is our Africa travel bestie. So anyone who wants to travel to Africa ultimately will reach out to us. Firstly, some people might have an interest in a specific destination, and some people may be open to exploring. One beautiful thing about travel in Africa is often people's bucket list experience.
Okay.
People are saving for years to be able to go to that Kenya safari. Or in the case of, our African-American brothers and sisters, they're looking for that ancestral heritage journey. It is like a real bucket list experience. It's not cheap to travel to Africa. So people are either coming with, an idea of what they want already, or they're also open to exploring. So at Saucer Chalet, we offer them two opportunities. There's a group trip travel where you can travel with a bunch of strangers anywhere in the world, right? In this case, Africa, right? So you might see a trip to Ghana for Dirty December, or you'll see a Kenya safari. You just opt in and you're able to travel with other people who are looking for the same experience, right? That's where I like to think that it's strangers who become chalets for the rest of their lives, right?
Wow.
And then you have the private experiences, which is essentially customized based on people's personal desires. Perhaps you don't want to travel with people you don't know, but you do want to travel with your own personal squad for a bachelorette party getaway, or, a wedding vacation getaway, or a honeymoon. You will reach out to Saucer Chalet and ask us to customize a package for your exact needs. So that's what the model looks like in terms of people who are stepping in to have a conversation with us and travel with us. Similarly, with Lux Tribes as well, we work under the same model. It's private experiences and group experiences. So, across our 154 departures, you choose which one you want to go to if you're looking for a group experience. And if you want to do private, there's also 90 destinations, that you can opt into to explore as well.
I see. So what is so far, I'm sure you may have some data on this, but what are the experiences that people opt for most, whether it is Saucer Chalet or it is Lux Tribes?
So, I think I would have to speak about both dependent on the brand, right? Because I always say that Saucer Chalet is Africa to the world. We're selling Africa as the sexiest destination.
It is.
It is. It really is. We're African, so we have to back that.
But no, it is. No, that's not backing it. It is.
I agree. So I always say that Saucer Chalet is Africa to the world, right? We're selling Africa to everyone. And Lux Tribes, on the other hand, we have a predominantly Black travel base. So that is Black travelers to the world. That's what I often say. So on the Lux Tribe side, some of our more popular destinations include places like Bali, Morocco, again, Africa there. But we also have a bunch of destinations in Europe that are increasingly becoming popular. Our travelers are adventurous. They want to go to places. We recently decided to do trips to China, and that has taken off because people want to see what's outside of their box, right? But on the Saucer Chalet side, Ghana continues to be very popular for us. I think ultimately we have a lot of people who want to experience that Dirty December experience. But, there's other destinations. Morocco is currently, the most traveled destination in Africa. And that's increasing significantly with our travel base as well.
Wow.
So it just depends on which of the brands you're talking about in order to understand what destinations are the more loved destinations when it comes to our tribe or our chalets.
I had the privilege of going to Morocco some time ago, and we kind of explored the whole country. Wow. And it took us about 2 to 3 weeks to do that. We went from north, south, east, west.
Amazing.
It was lovely.
I can only imagine.
Going from place to place. It was just mainly the family. So it was, I guess, one of your specific one. But in that exploration, that took us about 2 weeks. How long are the packages that you put together? And in that case, what are some of the typical experiences someone would have the privilege of going taking place in?
I think firstly on the group trip side, when strangers meet, you're talking about packages that last between 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
And then you're looking at the private trip experiences, which is very much customized based on your needs, right? So if you're looking for a 2-week getaway with your family, we would be able to take care of that for you. If you're looking for a 1-week getaway with your family, we can do that as well.
So if I were to come to you and say, Charlie Vidette, my birthday is coming up shortly. What experience would you give me and my family and some few, really lovely friends?
So I think firstly, it's not about what experience would I give you, because what you want might be different from what I want.
Okay.
In this phase of my life, I'm thinking Mykonos, a glass of sangria, chilling by the beach, right? But the question I would ask you firstly is, what are you looking for? What is it that you need in this time of your life? So that's the question for you. What do you want? If you're going on a holiday, what experience do you want?
Well, I would like a lot of adventure, maybe to hike some lovely space. Of course, there must be some 2 or 3 waterfalls involved in it. And then I think some really, really nice spa opportunity. And then some theater, something. Yeah.
Okay, so you're giving me the vibe of someone who really appreciates nature.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you really like Zen, you like relaxation. But you want to move your body too.
Oh, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So you sound to me like someone who would do very well in Bali, Ubud. There are so many waterfalls around that you can explore. You'd also do very well in Costa Rica.
Okay.
So these destinations will offer you exactly what you want in terms of that nature feel and the hiking, and then also the spa. You can't go wrong with a lovely flower bath in Bali. You know what I mean? So again, when people come to us, it's never about what we want to do. It's about what do you want? Where are you in your life? Like I said, right now in my life, I am working really hard, sometimes 13-hour days. The last thing I want to do is hike. I want to cross my legs, I want to overlook the beach in Mykonos. I want to be like very much in my all whites bikini laying down. So it just depends on what our audience is looking for. And I think each person is unique in that sense. And that's why our businesses or Lux Tribes and Salsa Chalet is able to deliver based on what the customers need.
You've got me so.
When are you coming? When let's go. Costa Rica, Bali.
Let's just name it and just make it happen. Fantastic. I'll be coming by very soon. So we'll go for a quick break. When we return, we will see more about this, because now I want us to shift to the business, making a business out of travel. And what does it take? Vidette is really ready to lay you down. So don't go anywhere.
Get ready, Ghana! The Springboard Roadshow 2025 is here, connecting through 16 regions, inspiring 500,000 youth in one amazing experience. Join Comfort Okran, Reverend Albert Okran, and other amazing speakers for practical insights, mentorship, training, and real opportunities to shape your future. Entry is free. Dial star 718 star 50 hash to register now or call 0308 255 775. Follow us on all social media platforms at Springboard Channel for updates. Springboard Roadshow is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation, Springboard Roadshow Foundation and partners.
Welcome back from the break. How are you going so far? Are you enjoying yourself? I hope you are. Let's go right back to Vidette. Vidette, I've seen, what I realize is that you use tech a lot in your business. How are you harnessing that technology base to help you even scale up what you do at either Lux Tribes or Salsa Charlie?
At Salsa Charlie, for me, when I resigned from my job, I was documenting my story of, relocating from Hong Kong, moving to Ghana as a young woman, and taking a chance on myself and building a business. And that also brought a bunch of people who were willing to support and purchase the services that we were offering. Likewise as well, the founder of Lux Tribes, the company that acquired Salsa Chalet, she grew the business via social media and just wanting to find friends to travel with. And now that business is, a huge business on its own. So within our companies, we really value the power of not just tech, but social media as an entity to share the story and share the importance of travel. And that's the number one avenue through which we reach out to people who need us. But when we also talk about tech, I think a lot of people want to get into the travel business, but don't understand the importance of how you're going to scale. And tech becomes the number one way to scale. I think about Ghana and I realize that there are so many travel companies in Ghana that don't even have a website. But that also tells me that they don't think about their customer journey. So a lot of them still use Instagram as a means of selling their services. Absolutely, right? But that tells me that you're not thinking about your customer journey, because if you're selling to an American clientele base, the number one way that they look for travel is through their laptop on their phone. They're going for a website. They're not looking on social media or Instagram alone, right? So I think for us, tech has been a big part of our journey, and we've recently just ramped up our website. We're building an app.
I saw it.
And Lux Tribes, we have an app as well for our customers because we believe in the way that we use tech to reach to the people that we want to reach. And travel business is not just about the beautiful pictures of nature or the beach or city life, whatever. It's also about the systems you're putting in place in-house. Exactly. And one thing about our companies is we're very tech savvy. Everybody is expected to think with a technical mind, think about how you use AI to make your life easy. We're constantly thinking ahead. So for us, tech is super instrumental, whether that's on the social media side or whether that's how we reach out to customer or whether that's how we make the team's life efficient. And that's incredibly important when you're scaling a business from 6,000 travelers to 10,000, 12,000 travelers. You can't do that without tech. So we are consistently thinking about how we use tech to optimize.
So how many travelers are you looking at on
12,000
on an annual basis?
Absolutely.
So this year, have you hit the 12 already?
Not yet. That's our goal.
Okay, that's your goal.
That's our goal, but we're somewhere around the 6,000 mark.
And I presume that you have seasons, peak seasons, especially in the year. Mm-hmm. So what month is your busiest year?
So I don't think so it depends, right? So of course, Salsa Charlie is Africa-based, so there are peak seasons. But combining both businesses, Salsa Charlie and Lux Tribes, what you quickly learn is there are no peak seasons. Because one peak season is another person's off-peak. So whilst it might be, peak in Japan during the cherry blossoms in March, it might be off-season for, I don't know, maybe Ghana, right? Mm-hmm. But in December, Ghana is on high season. Cape Town is also on high season. So it just depends on what country you're speaking about. But because we have the privilege of, being able to be present in almost every country in the world at this point, not every single one of them, but combining both businesses, it means that we're on all the time. There isn't a time in either Lux Tribes or Sauce Chalet, where we're chilling and kicking back because we're in off season. We are very much on throughout the year.
So how do you manage it?
I think I don't know if there is really any way to manage it. For me, it is ultimately trusting the people in your team to execute.
Okay.
I, of course, cannot speak to every single traveler. That's the reality of it. But we have a competent team. And one thing we definitely believe is in hiring competent people. And this year we've invested massively in our people because we want to hire people who are able to help us reach our goals. For me, the worst thing is when someone comes to me and says, I had a bad experience with your companies.
Oh dear.
And it sucks because one, travel is expensive. It's not cheap to, spend $2,000 or spend $2,500 or whatever it is. It's not cheap. So it really sucks when someone has paid and is looking forward to an experience and we don't deliver for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, we work hard because we want to play hard, but most importantly, because we want to make sure that our customers have the best experience when they travel.
Best experience when you travel. And so check out Sorted Chalet or Lux Tribes. Now, talking about Lux Tribes, what do you define as luxury travel?
So in the words of the founder of Lux Tribes, Chidi, she will always say that luxury is ease. Luxury, sometimes people think is luxury is, being flamboyant, wearing designers or whatever. For us as Lux Tribes, luxury is about seamlessness and ease. When you travel with Lux Tribes, the number one thing we want you to go away with, and the one thing we want you to say to people is, I didn't have to think about anything. The moment you have to think, that's the moment we haven't done a good job. So for us, we define luxury as ease, as seamlessness. And that's one thing you'll find in all our reviews. So people always say, I was so well taken care of. I was so spoiled, right? Our customers have such a high standard for us. And that's because we've made it easy. And that's what luxury looks like. In our travel space, in our definition, luxury is making sure that our customers or our tribe or our chalets do not have to lift a finger because we plan everything from start to finish.
So it's just a matter of being at ease and having everything taken care of by the particular institution. And in this case, it's either Lux Tribes or Sorted Chalet. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll find out, are there opportunities in this space for young people? And if there are, where are they? How do you take advantage of it? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Get ready, Ghana! The Springboard Roadshow 2025 is here, connecting through 16 regions, inspiring 500,000 youth in one amazing experience. Join Comfort Okran, Reverend Albert Okran, and other amazing speakers for practical insights, mentorship, training, and real opportunities to shape your future. Entry is free. Dial *718*50# to register now or call 0308-255-775. Follow us on all social media platforms at Springboard Channel for updates. Springboard Roadshow is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation, Springboard Roadshow Foundation and Partners.
Welcome back from the break, and Vidette is just about to tell us the secrets, where there are opportunities for young persons, especially people who are interested in the space. Vidette, what does the agenda tell us?
I think people take for granted how much opportunity is in the space of travel. I'm super obsessed with tourism because I think anybody can work in tourism.
Tell me.
Educated, uneducated, young, old, anybody has a room in the world of tourism. Because tourism is about telling stories. It's about telling stories and being hospitable. You don't need a degree to tell a story. You don't need to be of a certain age to be hospitable. It's about caring for people. It's about treating people as you would treat the visitors that walk through your doors. And that's why we call our people chalets, because they're friends, they're buddies.
Yeah.
So for me, I think there's so many opportunities for people who want to tell a story. At Sota Chale, we created a role in the last 5 years called the Chale Buddy or the Travel Buddy. And we recruited straight from Ashesi University, University of Ghana, and gave young people who have no experience in tourism the opportunity to lead our groups. And through that, they learned about Ghana and they learned about what it takes to host people, to be hospitable and to care for others. And I think that's just one of the examples, right? Being able to work with a travel company as a tour guide, or, as we call it, a Chale Buddy, to tell your story, but also tell the story of Ghana through your lens. I think that's the number one opportunity there. Beautiful. But also for people who are looking to create jobs in tourism, it's also about, what do you do? What is your niche? What do you want to create? We are sitting here in front of a studio or a team of cameramen. There are people who literally do picture tourism. And when you go to Japan, that is a huge opportunity where people are paying hundreds of dollars to take pictures on the streets of, Tokyo. That is an opportunity. If you're someone who loves food and you're a foodie, taking people around the streets of, wherever it is that you're located, allowing them to taste the gastronomy within your city. That is tourism in itself. Whether you're an older person who is in your 70s, inviting people to your home, cooking them something and telling them the stories about what Ghana looked like or what South Africa looked like in the 90s. That's tourism. So for me, I think tourism is everywhere.
Limitless. That's what I'm hearing the opportunities in tourism is limitless.
Yes, it's very, very limitless. And it just depends on, I think there's two things. The individual can do things to, earn from tourism, telling your story. But there's also support that is needed on a governmental level, right? If the infrastructure of the country doesn't allow for tourism, it is hard for the individual to make money from tourism.
So, Vidette, let's say in 5 years' time, where do you think that you would like your organizations to be? And then linked to that, what is your idea about tourism that you would like to see happen in Ghana?
So,
or maybe Africa.
Absolutely. So for Sota Chale, our hope is that Sota Chale will become a household brand for anybody who's seeking to explore Africa. I don't think when we think about Africa tourism, there is a household brand that people look to when it comes to, like, I want to explore Africa. We also want to change the narrative, right? Not even change the narrative, but maybe even dig deeper into the narrative that I think is being pushed around Africa just being such a great place. You have Afrobeats that is doing that for us. You have initiatives like Gear of Return that has done that as well. But we want people to know that Africa is sexy. Africa is great. You have Maldives, but you also have Mauritius. There are just so many amazing places that are equivalent to some of these places that we put on a pedestal, and we want Africa to feel that way, people to feel that way about Africa when it comes to Sota Chale. For Lux Tribes, our focus is very much global travel for Black people, and we want to be able to support every single Black person at every life cycle, at every stop, every milestone in their life, so that they can experience the world in a beautiful way as well. So the next 5 years really looks like world domination for us. Who can we reach? Who can we tell the story of travel? Who can we bring on board to experience, the world in a different way? Ultimately, what I want for tourism is for it to be more intentional and think about the people and communities that it impacts.
Vidette, it's been absolutely wonderful having you here. And I can't wait to read about what you'll be doing next time as you roll out. So, Vidette, what would be your final words of encouragement? Whatever you want to say as we wrap up today's show.
I think the most important thing is for people to go for what they want and build the world that means something to them and actually contribute. So none of your dreams are invalid. What you believe, the ideas you have, they came to you for a reason, so pursue it.
Your ideas came to you for a reason. Pursue those ideas. And you'll be surprised how not only you validate but those ideas that came to you, but you would create a space that may have never existed. And then you can open doors for many other people, whether young or old. And therefore, with that, we come to the end of today's amazing experience. Tell me, What did you enjoy? What did you learn? And most importantly, do you have any questions that you'd like us to follow up? We will send it to Vidette, and Vidette would most definitely love to share some more ideas with you. And therefore, as we bring today's program to an end, today I want to dedicate this particular episode to my sister, Janet Oboshiwintu. She passed away during this week, and I want to say that I love you so much, and Janet, for all the prayers that you prayed for us, for all the pieces of advice that you gave us over the years, for all the times that, you were a little bit too strong and everything in between. Thank you for being you, special. I'll never forget you. May you rest in perfect peace. And therefore, until we come your way again next time, know that you are loved. You are blessed. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. We love you. Bye.
Zimbabwe, yeah. Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around. Make that change, turn around.